Hey everyone, today I just want to do a mini review of how we connect our camper to the internet while we're traveling. We've tried different things. We've tried our cell phone, do a local hotspot on that. It works sometimes. In fringe areas where there's not very good cell signal, it doesn't work very well or it's not very stable. We've tried a WineGuard to go device that it sits on top of the camper's roof. It has a built-in router and a SIM card slot for that. I had some limited success with that, and it just had problems. One time I think the modem failed on it. It always had connectivity problems. It just was not a very stable, reliable device. So my job requires me to kind of be on call no matter what. So I need to be connected while I'm on the road. So what we did a lot of research and chose a Pepwave device, which is the BR1 MK2. Pretty affordable device looking at the grand scheme of things. So the device will actually pull in a signal from farther away than my cell phone could. So if I say have 1 bar on my cell phone, the Pepwave device will have maybe at least 2 to 4 bars. So I would say it'd probably be, if I had 1 bar on my cell phone, it'd probably have 3 bars on the Pepwave device. That's how it's able to pull it in. And it also it's a category 6 modem that's built into it. So it pulls in multiple connections from the cell tower. So it's a really nice, robust connection. Here's the device. I chose to install it in a situation or in a location that's close to the roof. Let's see if we could get a better zoom in on this a little bit. But here's the cable, this thick kind of harness thing that comes down from the roof. That comes from this one antenna. And the antenna is a 5-in-1 antenna that has Wi-Fi and cellular and GPS. So there's two Wi-Fi, a cellular diversity, and a GPS right here. The power I have that comes in from our DC distribution panel in the camper into a native DC input on the Pepwave device. So I have that wired into a switch up here to power on and off if I want to, and then it's linked in with our DC distribution down there with a 3-amp fuse. Overall, a really easy install. So let me get up on the roof and I'll show you this antenna. Okay, I'm up here on the roof. So this harness comes in. I have this plate here that I put down, that I secured, and I put some of this RV roof tape on here to kind of attach it to the roof. And here's the antenna. So as you can see, it's a pretty compact antenna, but this thing pulls in Wi-Fi and cell from a lot farther away than my cell phone. And it's adhesive, so you don't drill any holes into the roof, and it's really strong and really robust. So very easy to install that. The cable is, I think, 6 feet or something, so you need to install that router pretty close to where you're going to put the antenna. Overall, a really easy install. This device, I can leave it powered on for days and not really notice any really big draw on the power. I think, you know, it's I don't know, it's pretty low wattage. I think it's between like maybe between 10 and 30 watts or something like that. I can't remember. I have to look at the specifications. But this is the Pepwave BR1 MK2. It has dual SIM slots. It has a lot of redundancy and robustness built into the operating system. It's a rock solid operating system, has a nice web interface. But in terms of the robustness and the reliability of it, you can actually set a 4G connection as a primary connection, and then say there's a Wi-Fi connection where you're at, say at an RV park, you can use that as a backup, or vice versa. So if one goes offline or one's weak, it'll just use the other one. Or if you're in a situation where you have, you know, you're a real road warrior and you want to have dual SIM cards, you can actually have one where it's AT&T and the other Verizon, and this supports pretty much every cellular network in North America that I can tell. You can check it out on Pepwave's website. But you can have one SIM card be the primary and the secondary be the secondary, and it would swap automatically like a failover based on where you're at and what's available. So it's a very robust, nice device. All right, so the only thing I can think of that might be a downside to this is that you might need a more robust antenna if you're on a fringe area. The nice thing about that is that you can always unplug these and put in a separate, more robust antenna, or maybe get a more robust antenna to start with. But we haven't experienced any issues where we've been in situations where we have one bar, which is, I think, pretty fringe, and we get 3 bars off of this, and the speed is really good. So overall, this thing is huge leaps and bounds above the WineGuard device, and the operating system and the web interface alone is really rock solid, easy to use, easy to configure, and even has a VPN built into it. So check it out if you're looking into a really rock solid connection to the internet while you're traveling. Highly recommended.